Podcast 26. Being comfortable, feeling uncomfortable.
Awaken the leader inside. Follow the path of leadership. Never give up. Never stop trying. Get up. Believe in yourself. Not every day is going to be easy, but you got to challenge yourself. You need courage. Be ready. Stop waiting for it to happen. Go make it happen. Harness the power within. You were destined to be a leader. Follow the path of leadership. Awaken the leader inside.
Podcast 26. Being comfortable, feeling uncomfortable.
Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast. My name's Dave Rubalcava, and I'm your host here at Awaken the Leader Inside. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. And if this is your first time listening, I appreciate it. I do want to apologize to you guys right off the bat. We got a lot of projects going on, a lot of filming and things, so my schedule is starting to get a little full. So I'm trying to balance it. But I wanted to kind of check back into following up with podcast 24, the episode 24. We were talking back to basics, and so I just wanted to double back to that and share some insight and share some some communication that I got and emails that I got to talk about. But I do want to tell you guys, I appreciate you guys taking the time to communicate, send me emails, send me messages. I appreciate it. So keep that coming. Follow us. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. So you have a lot of places that you can follow us, and I appreciate it. And if you guys can, leave me a rating on iTunes or leave me a review. I'd appreciate that. That would help with rankings. And so with that, we'll kind of just jump right in. So in episode 24, we talked about 3 things that you can do to help you start to recognize where you're at as a leader and start to build a foundation. And so we kind of went back to the foundation series, which I did very, very early on in this podcast, because I know as we progress and you're listening and the communication that I get from you guys is that we're progressing, but what about those leaders that don't have the experience? And so we're going to dedicate at least the next maybe 2 more episodes just to kind of refresh back to those back to basics. And so we talked about the number one thing is be objective, right? And I think even as I have gone back, I had surgery on my leg. Many of you guys knew that I had surgery, and I took about 6 weeks off, and I'm doing better. I'm still healing. But it took me actually being objective. I had that time. I guess I had that luxury to kind of sit down and analyze where I'm at in my career, analyze where I'm at with my goals, and be objective about my career up to this point and what I'm so proud of, and also the things that I wish I would have done different. And it took a lot of energy and time to evaluate my own leadership. And so, and there's some things that I'll share with you that I learned, but being objective is so important. And so even coming back to work, getting back into the grind, like I said before, I'm still working a 9 to 5. I'm still out there in the field. It took me being objective to get myself back on track, to get myself knowing that I'm behind and I got to get up to speed and I've missed a lot and I'm the leader that's leading everyone else. It's a challenge. And I will tell you something that I've learned as I've talked with my leaders and I sat down and did a lot of one-on-ones, just trying to evaluate where we're at and what we got to do different to be successful and to drive operations right now. As I sat down with them, that was the first thing that we started talking about is being objective. How do you think that you perform? What did you do great? What did you do that, maybe we had some learnings, right? And how did you feel about leading, in my absence? And so those were some very, very honest questions, and we start to evaluate, overall performance and things like that. But for you, if you're a new leader, this is something very challenging, and it almost sometimes feels like there's a catch to it, and there really isn't. It's us trying to connect on the same level to understand where you're at and then where your leader's at. And so I do have an open door policy where I ask for feedback, not only about myself, but I ask feedback from my team about their own performance. And so being objective takes a lot of patience. So in the podcast 24, I asked you to go out and to see what you've learned and to ask for feedback from, find a mentor and find some of that feedback. And even now in my career, I still have mentors. I still reach out to people to help me troubleshoot, because sometimes we just don't see the block. And I don't see the block in the road. We don't see the potential hazards that are coming down our way. And that's just a normal part of business and leadership, you guys, and life. We just sometimes can't always see the playing field, and that's okay. So I'm hoping that you had a chance to reach out to some of your mentors or find a mentor. And like I said in the past, if you haven't found one, reach out to me and I can help you. I can, shoot me an email at david@awakenthelleaderinside.com, and hopefully I can help you and we can discuss where you're at. And the last step that we talked about was creating opportunities for yourself. So I want to share something, and I'm not going to share names or anything like that, but I know that this is probably one of the most difficult pieces to understand, because creating opportunities for yourself can come in so many different ways. It could come from sharing, how you feel. Sharing your career goals can help create opportunities. Partnering and getting connected into other departments in other aspects of your career that maybe you're not so comfortable, but that'll help build networks. The thing is, we never know where opportunities are going to come from. And one of the emails that I got asked me, David, how do you know how to create your opportunities? How do you know when it's the right time? When do you know when is it time to try to do that? And I thought that was such a great question, because I'm going to tell you guys the honest truth. You will never feel comfortable finding the right time. None of those conversations they're not going to feel comfortable, because we get nervous when we start to ask those types of questions. I think we've been programmed that our feedback comes to us when our leader decides to give it to us, versus, no, I'm going to control the situation and I'm going to say, I need some feedback, or I'm going to say, hey, I'm interested in this position. What do you think? To your direct leader. There is never going to be a comfortable time, guys. And I'm going to tell you, the hardest part about being a successful leader is getting comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. And I experienced that even recently. Hey, I jumped back in the game, got back into, working again right now, post-surgery. And I had to be objective about, hey, we're not where we should be. I'm not where I want to be. And it's a little uncomfortable. Now what do I do next? That is where your leadership steps up. So what I'm trying to say is that don't look for a time where you're going to feel comfortable, because it's never going to happen. And we always have that, we have that inside joke, I'll do it next Monday. I'll start eating well next Monday. I'll talk to my boss next Monday. Monday comes and goes, and then it becomes, okay, maybe next Monday. Go out there and seek those opportunities and be open to an opportunity that you may not anticipate. You may have a leader that says, hey, I'm looking for someone to help me with this right now. Are you interested? And it's completely beyond your skill set. It could be completely different than anything you've ever wanted to do. Take that opportunity. Take it. Those are how you create opportunities for yourself. They are not going to be comfortable, but that's okay. Because I'm telling you, as you continue to progress in your career, especially as a new leader, you are going to be filled with being uncomfortable, probably for the first year. I mean, that's kind of a given. That's kind of the time frame that I give to my leaders. This first year is going to be difficult. You're going to be filled with a lot of challenges, a lot of feedback, some setbacks, and you're going to have to show that you can be resilient throughout that. So I want you guys to think about that. New leaders, part of the foundation is really to kind of remove your emotion and to truly be honest about performance. And the reason why I double back to the foundation series is because even further into your career, just like me right now, right? I have 17 years of experience and I was just out for 2 months. I have to reevaluate where I'm at. Where's my leadership going? What am I, how am I leading my teams? How am I going to have to lead them different right now because we're in a different circumstance than when I left? That's normal. It's normal that you're going to have to reevaluate. So what's so critical in the foundation is to be okay that you're not going to be perfect. And as I even talk with my own leaders, some of them are inexperienced, some of them are very experienced. That still is a challenge for both of them. Being honest, being objective, being able to say, you know what, did I deliver the results? Yes or no? Was I at my best right now as a leader? Yes or no? Did I fail my team? Yes or no? And there's simple questions. Got to detach the emotion, guys. It's not easy. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy. It's not even easy for me. But this is where professionalism and being objective are one and the same to me. Take the time to digest that feedback. Take the time to analyze what you can do different. And if you can come in every day after getting that feedback, what can I do different? You're going to find success. You're going to be successful in anything you do. So I just wanted to kind of touch base. Like I said, I've been out. I'm juggling a lot of projects right now, a lot of business projects and things right now. But you know what? I needed to reconnect because even I'm in the same boat right now with my own team. So I thought it was really important to share that with you. And I'm going to do a little bit more on the foundation series over the next 2 things. And we're going to give you some more specific. I think a lot of you guys enjoyed giving actionable steps. So I'm looking forward to sharing more actionable steps with you guys that you can measure your progress, but make sure you find a mentor. And if you haven't found a mentor, this is where you got to be accountable, man. You got to go out there and you got to start talking to people. I'm going to tell you, using LinkedIn is a great way as well. If you guys haven't used that, those are business-minded individuals that have been in your shoes, that have grown businesses or even just in leadership roles for many corporations and companies and small business. Reach out. Don't be afraid to do that. That can be your first step. It does not have to be somebody in your network. Reach out to people, get some feedback, and then start opening your own doors. You can do this. All right, guys, I just wanted to leave you with this one thing too as well. And this is kind of just a side note. Hey, one of the things that we've done, I lost one of my closest friends to cancer almost a year ago. And we've been working on projects behind the scenes, my wife and I. And we created mugs and some things that we've, been distributing. But we decided that we wanted to donate some of the money to cancer research. So we decided to donate for every mug that we sell, through our storefront, that we are going to give back $1 for every mug to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for cancer research. So it's a really important thing for me. It's hard to talk about sometimes, but it's for the better good. And I think it's a great thing that we can do as a community and just, give some donation money from those mugs that we sell. And put that towards cancer research. So I appreciate that. I'll leave a link in the iTunes in the summary, in all the other outlets that we have. I'll send a link in there for you. So I want to leave you with this one last note, guys. It's good to be back. I feel like for me personally, I needed to recharge my mind, recharge my body as I'm healing, and I've learned that it is so important as a leader that you find time to recharge like that, because it's hard. I am not going to lie to you. Being a leader is sometimes a thankless job. You're not always going to get someone to tell you that you're doing a great job, but how you measure it is how your team performs, how they interact, how they communicate, because ultimately they become a reflection of you. And as a new leader, you're still learning this, so it's going to be a challenge. Be objective, be honest. I cannot tell you how significant in your career being honest and removing excuses, because there's always an excuse as to why things fails, guys. That's not nothing new. But remove that and be accountable for performance, and it will start to open doors for you. And so I'm so proud of you guys that you continue to follow, my journey, but really this has become our journey in leadership. And so stay positive, stay committed, and when you need time, take a break, disconnect. Work is work, guys. Sometimes I'm going to tell you, even as a leader, and sometimes you have to disconnect from that to enjoy enjoy life and what gives you the energy to go back into, that field or whatever you're doing to keep you focused and give you the energy you need. So take care of yourself, guys. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, and stay positive. And you are going to change the world. I believe in you. I always have. This is your time to start driving a change in your career. And you can do this. I believe in you.
Stay tuned for the next podcast. Always remember, awaken the leader inside.